For example, I've gotten feedback from people. I got a message from somebody who, and I've heard from a couple people who've said this, that their current spouse, their current long-term partner that they've been dating for years, they're married, have kids, they're telling me, oh yeah, I had sex the first time meeting. So.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with if you're gonna have sex with somebody on the first date, that's totally your choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's giving way too much to them for literally just sitting down and having a meal.
Quick question for you on that. Who's giving too much to who?
I think the woman is giving way too much to the man.
Now, why is that?
Because we're the gatekeepers of sex.
Okay. So you don't view sex as an equal value exchange. You think
no.
Men are getting, despite both partners getting sex, you view that as the man getting more than the woman.
Yeah, because I think once you have sex with the man, you're, I guess, the value of that woman gets a little bit depleted. Because I think once you give it to him, then it's like, okay, now he's experienced it. What's so special about you now? I mean, obviously
that's up to the woman.
He can still find something special.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is like, I think in the Bible it says, women, we are the gatekeepers of sex, right? So
I agree with that. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I think the woman is giving too much to the man on the first date because he can just have sex with her and choose to not see her again. Oh, that was easy. On to the next.
Yes, that's true. And look, I'm not saying I need to have sex on the first date.
Grid One Motorsports donated $100.
Oh, wow, okay.
My wife of 18 years and I had sex after the first date. Nothing casual about it. There is a difference between casual sex and promiscuity and being a cum dumpster or village bicycle.
Okay, so Grid One Motorsports.
Thank you, Grid One.
That's a good point you make.
Look at this. Exhibit A, Grid One Motorsports. Sex on the first night. He's married. He's kids. He's rich.
I think it worked out for him great.
Chad.
It doesn't work out for everybody, though.
Sure, but I think you can have... certainly, look, from the woman's perspective, if you're choosing to have sex with a guy and there's no prospects of a long-term relationship, then part of that falls on the woman. And also you can kind of, talk to the guy, get a sense of where he's at. You can have this conversation before you have sex with him. Now, look, I'm not saying that you need to have sex with a guy on the first date, and if you want to wait, that's certainly your prerogative. But, for example, like, here's something very simple for women to do to mitigate or reduce the risk, even if you are so inclined to sleep with the guy on the first date, to reduce the risk that he's just trying to hit it. So first off, if you're traveling, don't fuck men when you're traveling because, well, obviously, just logistically speaking, if he lives in fucking Germany and you meet in the Netherlands and you're leaving in 2 weeks, he's leaving tomorrow, there's no long-term prospects there. A lot of women be traveling and just fucking dudes. So, but it's not clear to me if women are going traveling and fucking dudes and having any expectation of there being a long-term relationship. Don't fuck dude, don't go to bars and clubs, period. But if you're so inclined, certainly don't sleep with men that you meet out while intoxicated, while either he's intoxicated, you're intoxicated, or both. Any sort of sex that occurs with alcohol involved greatly diminishes the chance that could lead, not necessarily, it could, you could still end up in a relationship with this guy, but greater likelihood that that's going to end up being a casual encounter. So there shouldn't be alcohol involved. Preferably, you shouldn't meet contextually in a party type environment, bar, club, etc. If he's from out of town, if he's not tied to your geographic region, it's probably not a good idea to just fuck the dude because, it's low likelihood that, I think one of the big things to help a relationship proceed is convenience. If you guys live close, I think that makes things a lot easier, romantically speaking.
So wouldn't you say that if you had a first date, you guys had sex, Okay.
Yeah.
But then she doesn't see you again. Wouldn't that just be a spruced up hookup, but it just included a meal?
That's funny that you'd think I'd get a meal for her, but wait, what?
Or whatever you guys did. I don't know.
I'm kidding.
But it had a happy
so you're
ending.
saying we fuck? Okay, we fuck, but she doesn't want to see me.
Okay,
that's an L for her. That's a major L for her. She doesn't want to see me again. Like I didn't put it down right. Is that what?
I agree. I agree with you. But
no, sometimes these girls, like, even if you put it down right, they for the streets.
Yeah, but I look at it more from I mean, there's a lot of neurochemistry at play. I mean, a lot of times we forget how the human brain functions. This, at the end of the day, it has the ultimate say. It's in control. So if you put it down and she's releasing oxytocin, she's coming back. She's gonna be thinking about you.
Yeah, she'll probably come back.
Yeah, she'll come back.
I'm saying most guys, though, I would say like women might be calling back, but the men might just ghost.
But on the same token, women typically don't orgasm from having sex with a guy that they don't know. The more you get to know a guy, the more you date a guy, the more time you guys have spent together, the more sex you have, the more likely you are to orgasm, and that creates deeper attachment. But I wanted to hint on what you said about his intention. Intention matters because intention is objective. I can do the same thing. Normally it comes down to how attracted I am to the woman. If I find the woman extremely attractive, whether we have sex on the first night doesn't matter. I'm attracted to her, so I want to continue to see her over and over. And essentially that's just going to make me want to be with her, especially if she has a personality that is conducive to a healthy relationship and it aligns with who I am. So the common dating pattern is we sleep together before we get in a relationship in most cases, because chastity and women being virgins is long gone. So a lot of men don't want to wait to have sex with a woman who didn't wait to have sex with the guy before her. So you know, it's essentially a trial run. Do we like each other? Are our bodies, you know, sexually compatible in a sense? Like, do I enjoy having sex with you? Is there something I can gauge from having sex with you? It's just acting on attraction. That's basically what it boils down to. That's all it is. So
but there's no way you love this woman on the first date. I mean, that's purely lustful, right? If you're having sex on the first date. It
is lustful. But at the same time, there's no guarantee that you're not going to not see each other again either.
Yeah. And I think everybody should have their own timeline. My point is like you can go on a million first dates and have, you know, sex with every single guy on the first date. And I think if it also depends on what the guy wants and the woman. If a guy wants and a woman somebody who is a virgin, which I know Brian had mentioned, the closer you are to a virgin, the better, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, as somebody who would be a virgin, I don't think she would have sex with you on the first date unless you were just like super duper special. Because more than likely she's had that opportunity many times and isn't just going to randomly have sex with you on the first date. She's probably going to wait, and because she values herself and because she knows, okay, if you want to continue to see me, then see me. I'm going to hold on to sex until we're ready.
Yeah, and that's fine. Look, and I certainly realize if she's a virgin, not a born-again virgin, that well, I suppose
such thing as born-again virgin.
Well, yes, but you know
you can be born again, but it doesn't erase your past.
I'm not. Yeah, I certainly probably am not going in with the expectation that a virgin's going to want to have sex on the first date. Right. But
you'd probably question if she really is one.
Not. I mean, not. I don't know if I would. I might question. I might question a little bit, but I don't know. Have I? I don't think I've been with a. Oh shit! I don't want to reveal.
Have you ever been
count.
with somebody? She says she's a virgin, but then you look at her and you're like, I don't know. Based off the conversation, you're like, I think you're lying.
I don't think I've had a girl lie about being a virgin, but I've dated a few. I'll just say that. Typically sex does not occur on the first date in that situation.
Okay.
But it's also not like necessarily a 6-month thing either.
Right.
It can happen.
Yeah.
Let's just say between 3 to 10 dates, typically.
Okay.
How about a week and a half?
I'm revealing too many fucking details. Okay.
Yeah, how about a week and a half?
Week and a half?
A week and a half. My last girlfriend was a virgin. She was 22. Took her about a week and a half before we had sex. No pressure from me, but that's how attracted she was to me.
Good for you. So, congrats, buddy. So wait. So okay. Go. So.
Grid One Motorsports donated $100.
Yeah.
This is why it is important to date with intent, and not just hook up. Men and women have gotten far too casual and callous in the dating pool, and that needs to change. The patriarchy stands ready.
Yo, Grid One Motorsports, thank you. And I
agree with
I guess
you.
really to answer your question though, is I think your initial question was sort of a definitional one. Well, how do we define casual sex?
I guess I was trying to get like the actual definition because I think we just have different ones, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where I maybe felt a contradiction.
Sure.
Because you said you didn't believe in casual sex, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
I think you can sleep with someone relatively quickly, but also not be promiscuous. So if you have a good read on the person, and you yourself as an individual, if you're a woman, you want a long-term relationship, you've done a bit of an assessment on the guy. Is this guy a fuck boy, blah, blah, blah. Look, sometimes you get bamboozled. Women will get bamboozled. The guy will say he wants something long-term. He was selling you the dream. It was bullshit. But if the guy seems genuine with his intentions, and also there's this whole trope of, well, if you sleep with the guy too quick, he's not going to respect you. And what otherwise would have turned into a long-term monogamous relationship, had you waited a bit longer, now he just ghosted you after he fucked you once. No, the reality is that it doesn't occur to me that if you make a guy wait, that's going to guarantee you a long-term relationship with this guy. And if the guy, let's say, same guy, and in two separate universes, right? In one universe, you sleep with him on the first date. In another universe, you sleep with him on the third. In another universe, you sleep with him on the fifth date, whatever. It's plausible that regardless of which decision you choose, you would ultimately still end up in a long-term relationship with him. So
I can attest to that. Okay, so I actually did have sex with my now husband.
Oh,
very early on.
Oh.
No. But I'm not saying.
I don't think you're against it necessarily.
No, I'm not saying that I'm against it. I was trying to find the definition. I'm not saying I was against it.
How early?
I would say, generally speaking, casual sex is not good. Generally speaking. However, let me make this very clear. I wouldn't consider it casual sex because we knew each other for a very, very, very long time.
Wait, how soon? Because you said pretty early on.
The third date.
Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
In his car.
Not the ideal.
You didn't ask for that. My bad.
Not the ideal venue. Not the ideal venue. What, there wasn't a bed available?
It was hot and steamy.
In a car?
Yeah. Mercedes.
Okay, cool.
Move on.